Yeah, welcome everybody to another edition of the Fly Racing Racer X podcast. Daytona Supercross review. Lots to get into. Eli Tomac took a much expected win, and the 250 class was also pretty damn good. So we'll talk about down at the old Speedway in a second here. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Steve Matthes. Jason Wygant will be jumping in at some point. We don't know when, but at some point Wygant will be jumping in. So just get ready for that. Thank you to Fly Racing, flyracing.com. LE Kinetic Mesh launched for Daytona as they normally do, and it's my favorite line of gear. Absolutely, you got to live somewhere where it's nice and warm, but if you do, this stuff is the lightest, most airflow, fitting well, all of that stretchy stuff. Kinetic Mesh out now, LE stuff. Flyracing.com, and whether it's not LE, okay, yeah, Kinetic Mesh out. Get it from flyracing.com. A bunch of different colors, as well as a line for the kidlets as well. Formula helmet also out, available. Thank you to the folks at Fly Racing for coming on this podcast. Formula helmet's amazing, super lightweight, quiet, super safe. It's got the Rheon technology in it. Just Google it, folks, and see how that helmet can absolutely change your life. Thank you to the folks at Fly Racing. We got Renthal, we got motorsport.com, Brunt Work Wear, and of course, as well, Maxxis tires, all on board with us. That voice earlier, the Jason Thomas. Was up, JT?
Much. It was you flew across the country too. It was long flights today. I was feeling it. So
I had 3 hours and 13 minutes, according to my Garmin, of sleep.
Yeah, I fall asleep pretty fast. I put my phone down at like 12:11, so that means I was probably asleep by 12:15, 12:20. I got up at 4, so
yeah.
I wasn't much different than that. I was feeling it today for sure.
I was hanging out talking to Berner and Lars, and long after the interviews were over, and we're just telling dumb stories, and I'm like, I gotta go to Orlando Airport. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like the security guys are like, hey, everybody out. I'm like, I gotta go, man. So
what time did you take off?
6 a.m.
Yeah, same for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, sorry, 6:20 I boarded. Yeah, 6:20 board.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how the math worked because okay.
And then the I-4 was closed on the way back, so my GPS was taking me all the back way throughout the swamps of Florida.
Probably 417.
I think it was something to 528. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, folks are thrilled. They're listening. They can't believe how thrilling this is right now. All right, Daytona. Let's get into it for sure. We'll talk about a little Jason Anderson stuff going on off the track at the end of the 450s here a little bit. But yeah, certainly get into 450. So the track itself, I talked to Ross from Dirt Jerks, and it was noticeably less jumps, shorter rhythms. Nothing really gave the guys problems. Everything was pretty basic. Obviously with the sand section was probably the toughest part. They did this on purpose. They tried to have a racier Daytona, more wheels on the ground Daytona to enable some more passes and things like that. I don't know if it worked, JT. It was something different. It was fine. I'm not saying it was in a critical way. It was definitely a different Daytona than what you're used to. And also I just thought that we didn't see the varied lap times. Like, everybody really was kind of nailing all the sections on what they could do. Again, not good or bad, just different from Daytona.
Yeah, I think it's more of the modern day Daytona. That makes a lot of sense. Just as we're talking about flying, I happened to see a clip of 96 Daytona. I was watching that for a while, and what a crazy difference the racetrack is from back then to now. You forget it, it's been 30 years. And even my memory of 96 was the last year that I wouldn't have been a part of Daytona in some way, shape, or form. It's just a totally different type of race. And now it's much more conformed to Supercross. Like, it's not exactly the same, but the jumps are similar. You have like the 353 triples. You can get away with the same settings for the most part, which would have never been a thing back in the day. So I thought it was fine. I just think it is what modern day Daytona is. And some people aren't going to like that. And some people think it's great. It's fine. Like, I think we're getting great racing. It is, but it is an unequivocal fact that Daytona is a different type of race than it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's even different this year from past years. Like I said, they changed some things. Not the long rhythms.
Faster?
Yes, it was faster.
Yeah.
It was. I heard the number of how many less jumps, and it was pretty high on how many less jumps there was. There was also a really brutal sand section that was that really changed things a lot for a lot of guys. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I guess JT, the flip side is 2005 when we first went to Dirtworks at night. That thing was pure Supercross, more so than any other Daytona, and then Ricky got involved and went back to old school Daytona, but not all the way back. Right. So we've had some different iterations here. You know,
we're better than we used to be. Like the lime rock.
Yeah.
Was terrible. Like my wrists still hurt from the transitions from back then. But I do like, even though it's really hard to see, which Hunter Lawrence mentioned, and I've talked about this on and off air a lot. One of the most underrated aspects of difficulty of Daytona is the black dirt and the lights being really far away. Mm-hmm. Really hard to see where you're going. It's hard to see the ruts. It's hard to have like depth perception. But I like having that aspect of that versus 2005, 2006 full clay sections of Daytona. Like if I had to choose, I would say this is a little bit more true to what Daytona is versus like that small era of what you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. It was a tough one, no doubt. There's also those carrot jumps out there.
Yeah. Where did this term come from? Like I get it. I understand the reason for it if you look at the shape of the jumps, but where did this come from?
I don't know. Kellen Brower said him and all his friends call them carrot jumps.
Okay. I've never heard of this. I don't think it was a thing. I'm fine with it because it logically I can make it make sense in my brain, but I'd never heard this before.
Offset jumps? I don't know, but maybe it's a gamer thing. But apparently carrot jumps is what the word was. Whoops were so I heard a few things about the whoops. The guys put an inside berm for qualifying for the whoops, and everyone's like, why did they do that? Because now inside and then jump is way faster. Then they took that berm out for the night show, and a natural one formed there. But also, they also seemed to knock them down a little bit. So they definitely were not as much of a factor for the night show as I would have liked. Like the first lap of the two of these, I'm like, oh, because those guys just hammered through them, you know?
Yeah, they were. I mean, even then, we saw some crashes though. Like,
a little bit.
Had a crash there. Drew Adams got hurt there. So even though they were really easy, it was almost how easy they were. Guys were hitting them with reckless abandon, which then if things went sideways the way they were hitting them, they could almost be worse. So I don't know. You're never going to get it perfect, right? It's like, okay, let's make them easier. But then guys are just hitting them literally as fast as they possibly can. And then the crashes are almost bigger at that point.
Yeah, Tomac had a foot slip off in the main. At one point, it was a little sketchy. The sand was cool, jumping into the sand. I liked all that. It was really deep. Really gave the guys a lot of problems. Also, lappers were a problem there because they were sort of stuck in their route. And that definitely like I think Kenny got held up by Mitchell Harrison or somebody that was a little bit of a factor.
Interesting, like doubling across the sand early, especially in qualifying, was crazy fast, right? It basically determined your fast lap or not is if you got into the gap and then could carry speed through the rest of the sand. But then later in the night, in the main events, like not doubling and then getting back to the right and then going outside became the faster line. So it's kind of, I like that stuff, like just having to think through the race, having to strategize things, not just like, okay, this is the line and we're all going to do it over. And like, I love that aspect of racing where guys are trying to have to figure out the track in real time. I think that's not every racetrack gets like that. Glendale's never going to be that. It's just not. Like Glendale, the lines don't change. Daytona, Seattle, maybe Indy next weekend, the lines change and you kind of have to change with it or else you'll get left behind.
It was interesting. They did something for the night show because it made them tougher, built up rollers because no longer could you like triple into that sand, which was really cool. Like you mentioned, that was awesome to see those guys sending it. They
built up the one they were landing on, they built way up. So there's just no way.
Yeah. All right. So the trophy and the tooth. Wow, man.
Brutal.
Wow.
He was Steve. I've been around Eli a lot. I know you have too, but like in that podium setting a lot, he was so mad. I mean, fuming.
He stomped off, right? He just stormed off. Yeah.
Mad. Yeah.
I think he should have been. I think he should have been.
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him.
He did post that social. You saw the social though, where he said it'll buff out.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least he was somewhat. Yeah.
And I think somebody important from KTM went and grabbed him and said, hey, like, we need you to fight through this because we need to do the photos with the team. We need, like, this is big. This is a big moment for us winning this race. Like, we need you to kind of like swallow this for a minute, not his tooth, but swallow this anger because I'm telling you, man, he was hot. And then he came back and he did the right thing. He was professional. We would say he was classy, but
classy.
I'm telling you, man, like he was like, I don't know that I've ever seen him that mad. Truly, I don't know that I've seen him that mad.
It was not ideal. Not ideal.
No, I felt bad for Frank, man. I really did. It's a bummer.
That's a blooper that's going to follow him and it's going to be around and all of that. Listen, great race. He had to pass all the guys, just like last week, except he couldn't get Hunter last week. But he had to pass all the guys around him in the points and take off with this win. Now, Hunter rode really well and kept him inside. And Hunter's 2 fastest laps were his last 2 laps. So that was cool. But in a sense, man, when Eli got to 4th, which is pretty quickly, I'm like, yep, I think he's got these guys. He didn't do anything crazy. He had a couple of slip ups, but for the most part, he was very aggressive. His throttle, Ian Harrison told me his throttle settings, how much he was wide open was nuts after the race. They were looking at the data, and that's just Eli Tomac. 8 wins for him. He loves the place. He's in shape. He can hammer through all that stuff. And like I said, once he got into 4th, I'm like, okay, I think this thing's a wrap.
Yeah, that was it's one of the best like technique and riding wise is one of the best races I've seen from him in a really long time. Just like the intricate stuff. You know, he always looked good. He's Eli Tomac, of course.
Yeah.
But man, like the way he was getting through the corners, I love the fact that he's, you know, like there's a double and then you set up for the corner. Well, he would jump all the way to the berm. And then it was like one compression of the fork into the berm and then turn, right? Because typically you double, the forks compress, they come back, then you have to compress again to get into the turn, settle and turn, right? It's like a whole extra motion that these guys go through. He was completely disregarding that. He would jump so far that it was all one consecutive motion: jump, land, compress, turn. Like it was peak Eli. Like it was all the things you'd ever want to see, his best stuff. That was it. Like that was like, you're never going to be able to say what's his best Daytona performance, but
yeah,
it was up there, man. That was I think as good as you're going to get from him.
Yeah, he's really good in the sand. I thought he was great in the sand, not surprising. And then, yeah, he can be so aggressive on that track, right? And like you said, he can just jump all the way to the corner. The off-camber thing was interesting to see because Hunter was making that outside work and going off of it. And then Eli, that rut in the inside was taller than you or I think. It was absolutely nuts. And then another one's then another one was forming. And then Eli was like, okay, when he was chasing down Hunter, I'm going to go outside here. He was going inside. I'm going to go outside here. And then he went back to the inside. He was like, yeah, no, not going to do that either. I thought that was pretty interesting strategy for him to say like, oh, let me try this. Nope, not good. I'm going back.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think that shows like ultimate comfort, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot express adequately how difficult it is to like where they were railing the berm and then hopping off of it on the outside. Like, and it wants to kick you back the other way.
Yep.
That is, I've ridden sections like that, and it is so damn hard to do and execute. Like if you leave the berm early and then square it off and kind of jump off, that's not that hard.
You're fine.
Right? Like, give me 10 minutes, I can do that right now. But railing the berm like that, on leaving that sharp of a lean angle and jump like that is that's incredible stuff.
From the press box angle, it honestly looked like Hunter was going to decapitate the dude on the inside. It was such an optical illusion because he was sort of he was coming off the right and then he would sort of bend his body to the left, and it looked like, because he was setting up for the next right, and it looked like he was going to decapitate the riders a few times. It was crazy, like how close it seemed from the press box. But I thought that was a really interesting bit of strategy right there between those two guys and which line and all of that. And the split lane, did you talk to people in the split lane? Because it definitely seemed like inside was faster on the split lane, but then Kenny willingly went to outside a few times, which I know everyone's got dartfish, so that was weird.
I think it was the inside. So talking to some of the riders, the outside first berm was really far out. So the distance in the first corner, the inside to outside was too far in the build. So that made the inside first quicker because the second corner, the inside and outside were really close. So by default, going inside and outside was better. What I thought it really came down to was that that line, everybody knew it was better, so it started getting blown out. So then guys where Kenny was like, well, if that line's going to be crap late in the race, I'm going to use this other one because nobody's going out there. And just by default of nobody using it, I can make up that time because everybody's going to be slow in this inside one. So I was kind of waiting for that to see if that would play out. It wasn't really a huge factor in the race. But yeah, I was a little bummed, honestly, that they didn't get it perfect, like, or at least like, so Drew Adams was the first one. I was like, hey, what's the deal here? I'm watching, like, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys seeing with Dartfish? He's like, the outside berm in the first one's too far out. Like it's really screwing the section up. So I was a little bummed that they didn't kind of make that adjustment, but I don't know. Maybe they couldn't move it after a certain time.
I thought it was hurting Kenny. I was just like, what are you doing? Because you could see, you know how it goes. They all watch film and they come back out and you can see them fighting to get the inside berm because they all know it's better. And then Kenny's just like, doo-doo-doo. And you know, Eli made that thing work obviously twice. I think he got Hunter and Kenny there from going inside, outside. Really, really interesting to see that part of the track as well.
Those split lanes typically, like historically, let's say, haven't worked, right?
No.
It's almost like an inside joke. The guys are just like, these are stupid. Stop doing this. But I think at Daytona, they've worked. Like if you look over time, they've worked. They've given options. We've seen a lot of passing, especially last year, like coming back, like it was going the opposite direction. Well, it wasn't the opposite direction. It was on the other side of the finish line. It really worked last year. So I'm kind of a fan of it.
Back to the scoop for Eli. Kenny didn't have one. Said it was killing him in the sand. And I'm like, yeah, man. But the team's just like, he can't turn with it. You know how he still got the start. And then Kenny just doesn't like the turning on it. But even still, but dude, Kenny, the sand, it's 16 feet deep. Put the paddle on. I was surprising. I was really surprising.
I've only used it once ever, and that was at Washougal when we had that weekend last year. And I didn't have the Works one, which I was told by Trey Kennard that it's a really big difference between the stock one and the race one. But I noticed it right away, like trying to get the bike to lean. Really challenging. So my opinion doesn't matter, but I can at least understand what Kenny's talking about.
Wow. He thought it was hurting him in the sand, which I'm sure it was.
Sure it was too.
Tomac back to the scoop. I interviewed Ian Harrison after the race, and I was actually surprised that Dunge only won Daytona once, and it was 10 years ago. And and I saw Ryan Dungey after the race, and I'm like, man, I'm like, you only won it once. I was surprised. I said, I thought you had a few of these. He goes, no, man, Tomac.
Well,
so,
Brayton got one.
What?
Right? Like Brayton got that one.
Yeah.
Tomac won a bunch.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was talking to Ian Harrison after dude. I tweeted this, but it's true. It's like talking to a guy who won the lottery. He couldn't stop smiling. He couldn't stop smiling and laughing and like, he was on cloud nine. Because I mean, just look at everything that's been going on, right? He was so stoked. We've talked about it before, but with Prado and Eli, they've hit it out of the park, those guys. And this might be the happiest I've seen Ian in a long time. Maybe since Albie won a world title in Schwarzenschwar or something. I don't know.
Think about what he went through. This isn't I'm not taking a slight at Chase here, but like it was, I think everybody was frustrated. Chase was frustrated. Ian was frustrated. Like that, I think that wears on everybody. Like over time, right? 2 years of that where the rider's not happy. The team's bending over backwards to try to make him happy. The relationship dynamic is broken down to a point where nobody's even talking to each other anymore. This is like the antithesis of that. Everybody's happy. Everybody's stoked to be there. They're winning races. Like, I don't blame them for a second.
No, unbelievably stoked after the race. So Tomac pulls up to within one of Hunter Lawrence. Like I mentioned, Hunter rode really well. Last two laps were his best. He got within 1 second, 1.3 of Eli. I think Lars afterwards, I took the Lars, shocking, but Lars was happy afterwards, talking about Hunter. And, so like, Jason Weigandt is in the house. What's up, Weege?
Doesn't text back, but he's here.
Yep.
Couldn't text. Had to have the family on the phone. Just unbelievable, man. I didn't have my phone in my possession. Somebody else had to use that.
And you didn't even have Daytona in your possession either because you stayed home. Sad.
Yeah, everything pretty much, but I still didn't do enough, and I'm under the gun, and still not.
At least you didn't drive back and forth all week trying to decide whether to go to Daytona this year.
Oh yeah,
that COVID.
Yeah, remember that one? That was great.
2020, that was unbelievable. Drove home just to drive back, just to have a race canceled.
So anyways, Hunter Lawrence, yeah, like I think he's got everything to be happy about. We talked about if he could win this one and break Eli, quote unquote, it would be huge. JT, we talked about it on Thursday, and he didn't do that, but full props. Hunter Lawrence rode really well. And we're starting to see, are we starting to see a breakaway? This is Weege's theories for sure. And we are round 8, and we got a breakaway.
Oh,
a little bit.
100%. 100%.
96%?
Do you see? Yeah, there's a breakaway. It's 2 guys.
Yeah. And this happens. This always happens.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there until this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be tough. Like the only way like Kenny and or Cooper have to win Indy. And Kenny has won Indy. That was the kickstart, holding the kickstart on the podium. And Coop won there last year. They have to win this weekend. Like it feels like it's starting to be a breakaway. 100. I'm not saying it's over, but I had 10 people probably say, "Man, it feels like that was a pretty defining moment." And I couldn't argue it. I just tell you the only way to really reel it back in is you got to go win Indy. You have to if you're one of those.
Yeah, guys. You just got to look at Supercross history. Absolutely,
100%. I'm not arguing it at all. I'm just saying the only way you can even make a case for it is to win Indy going into the off weekend.
So if you're Hunter, I'll ask you, JT. If you're Hunter, like I mean, you lost 3 points. You're 1 point up. Blah blah blah. But are you stoked, or does it not even matter that you set your best last lap times and all of that?
Yeah. I'll just tell you, he was not stoked. Yeah. He was not stoked at all, to the point of where I don't know why I do this. I probably shouldn't do it. But I find myself off camera kind of going like, man, don't be so hard on yourself. Like you're beating yourself up here for not being able to beat a guy who has won this race 8 times. He's won this race more than Richard Petty has won this race. Like he is a legend of Daytona. Forever will be a legend of Daytona. That record will probably never fall. And you took him all the way to the end. You got second to him. You're still leading the points. Like, you got to give yourself a break a little bit. That's my, and I have no place to tell him anything. He's probably rolling his eyes at me, but I still feel like I'm watching him and I see how hard he is on himself. I'm like compelled to be like, dude, cut yourself some slack, man. You are killing it here. And no one else could even go with him. And you at least like stayed there. You were catching him again at the end. Like, give yourself a little credit.
Kenny was 12 seconds back, of Eli. And so, I mean, Weege, my friend Lars was happy though, like obviously bummed, but happy with the ride, happy with the team and everything. So,
I mean, it was an awesome ride. There's no doubt. I mean, I think still for some reason, some people are still warming up to the fact that Hunter Lawrence can beat Eli Tomac, even though, as I've said, he beat him in June, July, and August and September last year. So I think like the standard is still set where like, hey man, what are you going to do? It's Eli Tomac.
Mm-hmm.
Now at Daytona is certainly probably an asterisk to that. Like, I don't care who you are, beating Tomac at Daytona is probably an unrealistic goal. But you could see by the way he was riding those last 5 minutes, Hunter Lawrence doesn't think that. So I mean, really, if you go into round 1 and you say Hunter and Eli are the last 2 men standing, I feel like you'd sign up for that if you're either one of those guys. So this is a positive.
I would have said Sexton at Anaheim. I'd be like, no, Sexton's taking this thing to the end. I really would have.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like if you're either one of these guys, look, their goal is to win and they think they're the best guy. Any one of these top 5 or 6 guys thinks they're the best guy. But honestly, if you told them before Anaheim won, after Daytona, you two will probably be the only men standing to win this title. I'm sure both would be like, okay, well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, when I just look at Hunter, all I see is disappointment, and I'm like, man, it ain't so bad here. Like, you are in this thing, and look how good it's going. You're still freaking leading the points. We're past halfway, and you are the points leader.
Don't you think that part of their math equation here is, I mean, he won last week straight up.
Yep.
And don't you think they know, like, if we can beat him straight up, to get the first win and then beat him straight up at Daytona. We got this.
Oh yeah. I'm like, it's okay to have wished you won.
Yeah.
It's okay. But like, what I'm pushing back against, it looked like somebody punched him in the gut.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't that bad, man. Like, you can be like, oh gosh, I was so close, right? Like, I could have got him. But like, he was like really distraught is what that's where I'm like, being 20 years older than him, I've never been in his shoes. I understand that. But age gives you a little bit more perspective. And I'm like, listen, it's going really well. You're going to be in this thing and you guys are going to sort it out amongst yourselves. But getting beat by a couple seconds to Eli Tomac at Daytona is not something that you should be up here beating yourself up over.
Maybe it's a bit worse too, because as I mentioned, his last 2 laps were his quickest, and maybe he's up there being like, man, because Lars said he was struggling in the sand, and he figured it out, and so maybe you're like, man, if I'd figured that out 5 laps sooner or 3 laps, you know what I mean? Like whatever. So maybe it's almost worse because you are that close and you are faster the last 2 laps, you know, but whatever.
He's just really hard on himself. In the end. That's all. He's just hard on himself in those moments. Listen, if there's a reason to be hard on yourself, I don't have a problem being hard on yourself. There's a difference to me about when it's appropriate to be really hard on yourself. And then there's other times to be like, all right, could have been a little better, but like we're doing the thing here. Like that, I just think there's something to be said for that. That's all.
Rocks in third. We mentioned no scoop for him, which was definitely hurting. Ken rode well though. I think he was okay with his result. He said he said after the race to me that he's sort of appreciating these podiums more than he used to, and I think that's probably a good point. Cooper Webb's got to be bummed. 19 seconds back of Eli. He was right there. He's podium Daytona a ton. You look at last week too. Yeah, I think he's probably a bit bummed if you're Cooper Webb to get fourth. You know what I mean? Last week,
the way that Hunter was acting on the podium, I would be 100% okay with Cooper being like that. Truly, like if you want to be appropriate of like sentiment, I think Cooper should have been there. Cooper should have been like, man, I can't get gapped. I can't give those points away. I can't let him go because there were, I just thought those feelings and sure, Cooper was mad anyway, but that was more the appropriate emotion, I think.
He was all over Kenny with like 2 laps to go. I saw the gap is 7 seconds at the final, but he was really close at the end onto the back of Kenny. Savatgy 5th. This is a cool story, man. I think he started 8th, worked his way into 5th. He's got that transmission that he refused to talk about on the Pulp Show, but he does have it. The Honda guys have helped him. And man, it's a cool story. We've talked a bunch about it this year. And good job, Joe Dog and Marty and Quadlock. And Nate and everybody. Good job, Joey Savatgy, 5th place.
Yeah, it's a cool thing in this sport where I feel like this didn't used to happen. Guys that are talent, they just can kind of make it happen again. Like it used to be back in the day that once it was gone, it was gone. And Joey definitely had some bad years, and he's just stuck with it. And he's back kind of to the level that he probably was, 6 years ago when he was a rookie, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's cool that these guys get enough runway now. Either they just race longer in general, or teams continue to hire them long enough where they can get it back. It's like a second coming here. 4 years, 5 years of struggle.
I've noticed something with Joey too. And this isn't super unique to Joey, but he is in the midst of this. And I'm sure you guys have seen this, but when guys start to do better or they get really good starts at races, say a guy that's like a middling privateer gets a whole shot. Okay, Freezy's like an outlier because we all know the story there, but a different guy like a Mitchell Harrison or a Cade Clayson or a Freddie Noren, say they got a great start, right? Those guys, the lead guys, are going to go for the jugular on the opening laps on those guys. Like just sawing their front end off, like get out of my way right now. Get out of the way because we got a race to go try to win and you are not a part of that. I've been that guy. I've been pushed out of the way a million times by the best guys. There's a big changeover when you see a guy like Joey get in the midst of that and there's no like panic urgency to try to make a move on him. And if some of those guys, like really good guys, get behind Joey and they're like not even really trying to make a move, they're almost like, okay, I'm going to go like with him, behind him for a little bit here. It's like respect thing, and it's almost like an acceptance of the top guys being like, no, man, he's just one of us. Like, he is just this good now. And it's a subtle way that they go about racing against him, but it's noticeable. It is absolutely noticeable. You just don't get the cheap shots. You don't get any of the other stuff that you would typically get. And it's like a rite of passage for Joey. He's there. Like, he is there. He deserves to be where he's at. And I think it's one of the biggest signs of respect you can get from your peers is that they start to race you differently. And they're just like, yeah, I'm just going to tuck in behind him because his pace is really good and maybe we're going to go forward here, versus like every corner they're just cutting across berms and trying to knock you the hell out of the way because they know you're a problem and you've got to get out of here.
Even in Joey's downer years, though, as we've talked about on this show, riders would say, hey, Joey's really good. Like, factory riders would be like, Joey's a really great rider. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even though he wasn't even doing what he's doing now, he had a lot of respect from a lot of riders for his skill, and they see these guys day in and day out, right? And so now he's showing it for sure. You think that taller second gear helps off the start at all?
I'm sure factory transmission
I know.
helps everyone.
No, he said that. Yeah, he mentioned that.
I'll give you an example in the heat race when AP was just like moving McElrath out of the way at the end. He's like, that is the type of thing I'm talking about, where like AP's like, you got to move, Shane. Like, I'm sure he likes Shane, I'm sure he respects Shane, but it is a very specific thing. And it's like a mindset shift that these guys go through, where AP's like, no, I'm going to dive to the inside. And if you don't move, I'm going to knock you down. Like, you need to get out of the way. Like, that was to me, a perfect example of that.
Great interview with Joey on the Weege show Friday. Very informative.
The toothbrushes.
Yeah, toothbrushes.
He does not travel with a toothbrush because he knows he'll get freebies at every hotel on the weekend. Props to you, Joey Savatgy. Wow.
Yep. And then he had the Meta glasses on, and then he was filming me, filming him. It was a Meta like crossover. It was very, very funny.
It was very meta.
It was very meta, yeah.
So where's great show, though. Going to get to the place where, because I was thinking about this weekend, Dan Truman wears these a lot too. And I'm like, I got to be really careful with like what I say to people now, because they're probably always recording all the time.
Yeah, you can see a light if they're recording, but you got to look for it.
But normally, like I would just, like, if it's my close friends, I'm not going to hold back about certain things. And now I'm like, I can't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, RC runs them too. And I'm like, yo, what is the legal ramifications of just randomly recording people? He's like, and just like Steve, he's like, well, it has a light. I'm like, does that hold up in the court of law? Like, it had a light. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
No, they can only record for 3 minutes too, so there is that. But
it's So the sidebar, which I know you're going to try to say something. Sidebar, I did not know when I first started doing television that someone's always listening to your mic.
Oh
always.
yeah,
someone's always, even when it's not on, because most of the time it's off, right? Someone's always listening. I did not know that. God knows what I said. Thankfully, I never got myself in trouble. But like, anytime I'm going to say something that's like, maybe needs to stay off the record, I'm like holding the mic like underneath my legs, like as far away humanly possible. It's the same thing. I'm like terrified of what these people wearing sunglasses are going to record me saying now.
I'm just mad about the 3 minute limit because it's cut off Steve's interview with none other than the king of Supercross. And then I had to carefully edit it to make it look like we didn't want to cut McGrath off, even though we actually did because the camera stopped.
I knew 3 minutes. I'm talking to the king. For the first time in my life, I'm wishing the king would wrap this up. Like, I'm like, we got to stop talking. In my mind, I'm like, we got to stop talking, dude. And like, I don't want to stop talking to Jeremy McGrath ever.
No.
So,
nope. But the metas only give even the king. Yes. Actually, why is AI not smart enough to be like, wait, that's Jeremy McGrath. Make it 6 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you whole shot thing looked pretty fun? They're going to do it again in Broadway and Nashville and stuff. Looked pretty fun. It was raining.
It looked,
but I mean, I wasn't sticking around for it. But
miserable time to me.
Yeah.
I mean, just the rain, obviously.
Yeah. No, looked pretty cool. And who knew that Axel Hodges can beat Jeff Stanton? Like, wait, what? Like, if there's a power bracket of like, hey, Pastrana's going to be here, Ricky's here, Jeremy's here, Pastrana's got an RM500. Ivan Tedesco, who's still testing, is going to do. If there's a power ranking of this dumb hole shot contest, I think Hodges and Stanton are on my bottom two.
So I heard.
Oh, AC Brayton, all that. Yeah,
I heard there was a little bit of a controversy here. So the word was we want it to be as stock as possible. Like,
yes. Yeah,
go crazy.
King told me that too. Yep.
And then certain people showed up with fuel maps and special tires and lowering linkages and all sorts of non-stock things that.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. So I was told this. I'm not going to name names, but I was told like, hey, let's just make it everybody on the same stuff. And then people came in with everything not that.
Actually, JT, that wasn't the rain we saw. That was Weege's tears when Brayton got eliminated in the first round. It was
untrue. It was already muddy. You know, we had a bad draw of the lanes. One lane was hard.
Yeah, that's what we're blaming it on, the draw of the lane. Sure, got it. Yeah,
I would have lost on purpose the first round so I could go to the hotel.
Go home. JB, I was making jokes with him because he rode in the morning and then he jumped, rode the whole track in the morning. Then he jumped in for press day. Then he did the whole shot thing. I'm like, dude, you're gonna need some leave here. Like, hey, this is a lot.
True to form, JB, straight to the front, press day. It's like it's 15 years ago, just straight to the front.
Thank you. Hey, does RC not ride? He did the whole shot thing, but he doesn't ride the track anymore, right?
No, he doesn't do that anymore. I even asked him, I'm like, you're not going to ride? He's like, no Supercross anymore. No, will not ride Supercross for demo anymore.
JB looked rusty.
Last time I was the announcer at the track, I think would have been 22. And we're standing there in opening ceremonies and he's about to go out or he finished his lap. And I'm like, hey, do you even like doing this anymore? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I think everyone has forgotten that you've been retired for 15 years and they just think you're going to go 3 in, 2 out into a rhythm for the rest of your life. And he's like, no, man, I don't want to do it anymore.
He's something 1 year
late. What is he,
late.
46, 47 years old? He's been retired since 07 now.
Yep.
All right, let's move it along. AP6, he kind of followed Joey a little bit through the pack. They got Marchbanks, who got 7th. Garrett was happy after the race. I mean, look, he's a Daytona 250 winner. He also had some really choice words for the track crew in my post-race interview. It was, God, you got to go back and listen. Like, I thought there'd be more happiness. Instead, he was more complaining about the track, or maybe complaining is a wrong word, but he was critical of the track. And I'm like, geez, you just got 7th. You rode well. So that was a little odd. Anyways, McElrath 8th. That's a good ride for Shane for how it's been going. That's absolutely a good ride for him, and good for quad lock guys. Hill got 9th. He won the LCQ, and I was trying to pump Harlan up of my post race interview and said, hey man, you kept Hill close, which he did. And Grant's like, dude, he was absolutely cruising. He was jumping all this weird shit. He was wheeling. He was like just trying all this weird stuff. He goes, I don't think he tried. I don't think he even was trying. And he still beat me. So Harlan just was like, Hill was out for a joyride.
He was trying some.
What? This is LCQ. No, this isn't the LCQ. No,
he wasn't trying in the LCQ.
No. That's what Harlan was like. Yeah, dude. Didn't look like he was trying. So Hill 9th. Malcolm Stewart was 10th. Malcolm was 5th for a while. I talked to Joey in my post-race thing, and Joey's like, dude, Malcolm's hurting right now. He's had a lot of big ones, which he elaborated on the Weege show to me. Exclusive. And Joey said he looked like he was hurting late in that race. Probably these cumulative crashes are catching up to Malcolm and stuff. So
I thought he'd be better, honestly. I didn't know what was kind of wrong with him, but I thought he'd be better.
Yeah. I mean, Joey just said, I think Malcolm's hurting. Like, just straight up was like, he didn't look like he was having a fun
one
time.
Awesome lap of the heat race, though. Him and Hunter.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
Points leader for 1 minute. 1 minute.
Nichols 11th. Justin Cooper fell. He was way back. Got up to 12th. Christian Craig went first turn crash to 10th. He was shredding, then crashed again, then up to 13th. So a lot of passing points for Christian. I'm actually going to look and see what his passing was. Actually, well, I guess because he didn't actually end up passing that many people because. Oh yeah. Wait, what the hell?
It's quite the discovery here.
Wait, why does it say -6?
I don't know. You should probably figure this out later.
First turn. Wait, something's up. Okay.
Yeah.
This first turn or first lap?
First lap, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Freeze 14th, Harlan 15th, Cole Thompson 16th, Jordan Smith. So he got up past Harlan after a few crashes, and then I missed him or watched the lead, and I went back and I assumed he was ahead of Harlan. Harlan's like, oh no, he fell again late in the race, and I'm like,
that's
wow, dude.
What I said from the jump, man. double the power and add more weight. What could go wrong?
Good job for the Triumph PR man though, because Deacon Deno won the futures, which I think was kind of.
Oh, he did. Credit. He kind of gave me a hard time during the week about not being a bit higher on Deacon Deno, like in our kind of pre-broadcast work, research and talk and whatever. And I was like, I don't really have a strong opinion. Like, I'm kind of like, show me. I'm in a show me phase, and he damn sure showed me. So good call, Ricky.
Yeah, Deacon Jones, good job. He wasn't really expected to win, was he? I mean, Ricky thought so, but
I'm telling you, he's got what it takes. I'm like, okay.
All right.
So,
well, didn't he get second at the last one?
Houston, he got second, yeah.
And who won? Dudney?
Yeah.
Dudney moved up. He was second at the last one.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Freddie 18th, Lane 19th, Mitchell Harrison 20th, Meshi 21st. I was going through, spoiler alert, I might do something on RacerX Online. I was surfing through the results or the bios on the app, on the Super SMX app. I was just like fooling around on the app, and all these riders list their favorite riders. So you can just click on the bio of each rider and it lists their favorite riders, which is really funny and hilarious. So I want to maybe write these all down and maybe talk about like some of them are like really dumb. Like, some of them are dumb because they're just like obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guys are having a joke with it. But Scott Meshi said his favorite rider is Tim Ferry.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
yes. Mesh dog.
You're now a Meshy guy.
I'm a Meshy guy.
He should be the official kinetic mesh guy. Like we should like sign him to only wear kinetic
mesh
around.
Meshy wears mesh. So good job, Scott Meshi. Wow. Favorite rider, Tim Ferry.
He gained another fan on Saturday night, Steve. I don't know if you remember this, but there was another guy cheering him desperately in that LCQ to get the job done.
No, who?
Oh, it was a group that we were on. Come on, Meshi.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. I forgot. Yes. So
really
wanted
to see him make that main.
Very stoked on that. Hey, I had Welton in fantasy. Oh, you want to talk about nail biter in that LCQ? And Meshi in the bio it says Timmy Red Dog Ferry, like he put the nickname there.
Whoa!
Because you can tell it's directly taken from the riders because there's misspellings and there's capitalization errors and everything. You know what I mean? So like this is the riders. Yes, this is the riders filling this in. Sad. Also, Oldenburg had no favorite riders. Very sad. Okay. Ferrandis last. He was on it in qualifying though. Did you guys happen to see his qualifying all day?
Yeah,
dude.
Hauling ass, man.
I
was wondering.
JT, you are a street bike guy, so we were close to the Daytona 200, which is a street bike race, and he was riding close to it. Is there like a transfer of power?
It could be the kickoff. MotoGP kicked off this weekend. So maybe that was just the stars aligning for Ducati. I was more thinking, Steve, you were there this year. They talked about this bike was going to be really good in motocross, and Supercross is kind of a work in progress. This track's close to motocross as we've gotten in the series so far. So maybe it was just lending itself, the track dynamics, faster, softer dirt. Maybe, I don't know. Trying to find a reason why he looked so much better. And maybe he looked great.
And maybe Ziggy's got a little suspension tuning set up that really helped too. I don't know, but I don't. So what happened in his crash? I totally missed it. I haven't watched the race back yet.
Either.
So he rode off. I didn't know where he crashed or what happened.
Yeah, I didn't.
Was it in the main that he got up and got ran into, or was that in the heat, or was this the crash we're talking about?
That was the heat.
Okay,
but the main he crashed somewhere and pulled off.
Yeah, like he came from way back to ride really well. So, Dylan Ferrandis, good job in qualifying. What?
J Coop had a big one too.
Yeah. All right, that's 450s for Daytona. I want to thank the folks at Renthal, renthal.com, Kawasaki, Eli Tomac, using this new 661 bar from Renthal, and Factory Honda, of course, as well. Renthal.com, direct to consumer website now. They got everything. They got the first look at new products. They got free shipping over $99, mountain bike stuff as well. All new casual wear. The guys at Renthal have launched all new casual wear as well. So renthal.com for more information on that. Maxxis tires. You look at Vince Freeze out there making main events. You look at the International Supercross race team and their guys. And then you look at over at the PRMX guys with Mitchell Harrison. Maxxis.com. Jeremy McGrath. Whole shot contest with Maxxis. Can't believe he lost. I know he hooked up like no other, but Maxxis.com, great mountain bike tires as well. So thank you to those guys for coming on board. And of course, Fly Racing. Use the code Pulpmx when you check out at Fly Racing to save. And you can get the new kinetic mesh just dropped the other day. Brayton was wearing the red stuff. So JT, I will love to get a set of that for the Yamaha.
I'll be working on
the Yamadog. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate that. And flyracing.com, code Pulpmx to save. And Brayton's money saving trick also, Weege, was a good one. Just take from the Honda truck.
Yeah. Bring your kid into the Honda truck and take free snacks.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing what was going on out there. All right. Hey, before we get too far, 450s, Jason Anderson didn't race. He didn't show up at press day. I sent a couple texts out. I got no response. So I'm like, that's weird. Then I got a call from another industry person that's like, hey, he deleted his Instagram. I'm like, wait, what? And then I went on his Instagram and I just figured he blocked me again. But then I got someone else to check and no, he deleted his Instagram. And then Saturday morning, still couldn't find out what was going on. And then he didn't end up racing. And then the press release came out or whatever that he was going to miss it. But then today drops that in late December, mid-December, he got arrested for domestic abuse. Neighbors saw it. Cops in Florida arrested him. I don't know if that's related to why he didn't race, but the scrubbing of social, the fact that this stuff came out from a mid-December arrest and no racing, I got to think is not a coincidence. So I don't know when we'll see him. I don't know what his status is. Obviously innocent until proven guilty and all of that. I don't know the details of the court case. We can figure that out. It's public knowledge. But yeah, we might not see Jason Anderson for a while.
Yeah, this feels all eerily reminiscent of Seattle 24 to me. Was that 20? Yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24.
I have no idea why. 25.
It was last year.
25. Yeah, 25.
Yeah. Yep.
I have no idea why. This is obviously a serious, the charges in December, that's a serious thing. And I'm not going to make light of that. I certainly wasn't there. I hope that they have their stuff sorted out. You just hope for the best, right? I know I'm not close with Jason Anderson at all.
Yeah.
But
me neither.
He's right. But he's been nice to me. I obviously don't have anything against him. If he's going through some things, I hope he sorts those things out. And yeah. Racing's better with him in it, regardless. So I hope they get it figured out.
Yeah, that's it. And like you're saying, we don't know if it's a coincidence that he didn't race Daytona out of nowhere because of this. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but the timing certainly seems pretty coincidental.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I did have a rider, though, on Friday when I was asking around. A rider told me that Jason's been telling him, like, I can't practice as much as I used to. I got these health stuff going on. I can only ride one day a week. It's because we were just talking about why he wasn't there. At that point, we didn't know anything. So we'll see. Yeah, see what happens with Hep Suzuki and Jason Anderson and everything else. By the way, to motorsport.com, go through the banner on Pulpmx to help us out. OEM parts, aftermarket parts, whether it's Fly Racing or Renthal or Maxxis. Go to motorsport.com, go through the banner to help us out. They have a new sweepstakes going on, and you can win a Pulpmx YZ250 done up, just like Simonson and Schock and Voland and Yoder. Yoder was there this weekend, just walking around the pits with some weirdo hat. And and also Fly Racing, weekly prizes from Fly Racing and WUSA and a bunch of other people. So motorsport.com, check that out. All right, 250s.
Onyx Maps too. Onyx Maps.
Yeah.
750,000 miles of trails mapped out. Single track, mountain bike, hiking, dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides. Onyx Off-Road in the App Store or onyxmaps.com.
I could have used Onyx Maps when the I-4 was closed after the race, and my GPS was taking me weirdo spots, and I wasn't sure why. So
brutal. That might be the one thing, I-4 being jammed, that might be the one thing even Onyx can't.
Just avoid I-4 at all costs.
Yes.
Yeah, really, right? My friend Kellen, he's asking me about Daytona and what to do, and I said, stay in Lake Mary. It's like halfway, and then go back to Orlando Airport on Saturday night. It's kind of my move over the years. I've flown into Daytona Airport like once or twice, but it's never my airline. And so Kellen books a hotel right by the airport every single night. He makes that journey.
Oh no!
Imagine that thing after press day.
Oh no!
Going all the way back to the airport
on Friday evening at like 5 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what and then he's calling these jumps carrot jumps. Like seriously, he's out to lunch. Delnicki too was up there. Racer X's own Travis Delnicki. So I was getting all the scoop from him, Weege, on the NESC and the racers and everything else. So that he had a real hot tip, JT, that the Atsuda guy, Aruda, he said Aruda will make mains. He's very big on Aruda.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well,
okay.
I was trying to help the TV broadcast crew. I guess not.
It's a big step for Delnicki, who, local racer in the NESC area. Been using him as a little cub reporter here for the last year and a half. And then I was like, he asked me for a press pass for Daytona. And I'm like, yeah, but you're going to have to earn it. Can you type the race day feed for us? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And I'm like, okay, now that you've committed, I have news for you. It's Daytona. Good luck finding a place to watch.
No,
There's no shot. You will not be able to see anything. So good luck.
He was up in the press
somehow
box.
He found you guys, and honestly, I think it was it might have been the greatest day of his life. He got to hang out with you, Lewis, and Kellen, watch the race with the press box big boys.
Yeah.
Where is this press box? I didn't even know about this.
It's if you're staring at the track, it's the far right side. Like it's just a double after the finish. It's basically right across from that.
All the way on the grandstand side.
Yeah, all the grandstand side. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have seen that. I didn't know that was still going.
It was, it's one of the reasons I boycotted Daytona until my friend Frank showed up. They closed that thing for many years.
Yes.
It wasn't open. Just like the year that Justin Brayton won Daytona, got unbelievably lucky. We snuck in there with the lights off.
God.
Lights were off. So anyways.
You guys are like Watergate.
Yeah, pretty much. Shout out to my friend Frank. Great ice cream in the suite. And we got the Rolex Club. I have some complaints, but let's just
save them for another time.
Okay. All right. It wasn't as awesome as it has been in past years. So we'll leave it at that.
JT, there are texts going all night. Like main events are going, important things are happening. And Matthes is just going to Brayton. Just when are the toppings for the ice cream coming out? When
I'm so excited I'm not in this group text because I would lose my mind.
The whole night was wait. There's a rumor that the toppings are coming soon.
There was no toppings. There's no toppings in the ice creams.
That's your cue to not eat ice cream.
Yeah, I guess. All right, 250s. Seth Hammaker led wire to wire. Great job, especially after that practice crash. That was kind of a big one. He rode off. It didn't finish the second qualifying session. So good job, Seth Hammaker, coming out and winning the damn thing. Really, when you think of, did he win last year?
No.
Who won last year? Who won last? Okay, my bad. Put you guys on the spot.
I don't remember. It wasn't Hammaker. That's for sure.
All right. Okay.
No, it wasn't. He got a podium. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Who did win?
Well, Google it. Weege, you got a computer.
Yeah, I got it right RJ.
I mean, it was RJ. No, it was RJ.
Oh, it's RJ.
It was RJ.
Wow.
JT's looking. Okay, maybe not, but I think it was.
I think so. I'm looking it up at the moment.
I think it was in the title fight. It was
back to my point though.
Guys, Dial, RJ.
Back to my point.
Keep going.
Seth seems like a Daytona winner. He seems like he'd be really good at this place. It would suit him very well, and he won. So good job, Seth Hammaker.
Indeed, it was RJ last year.
Yep.
An interesting point that somebody had, might have been Tommy Tender's interview with him on Friday. He's like, is it almost a home race from the standpoint of everybody from the general Northeast area comes down to Daytona for the first week of March? And he's like, oh, absolutely. The amount of people, I've been coming here my whole life, and the amount of people that I know that are coming here, I mean, you're just dying to get out of the cold at that point. So in a weird way, it is like a Hammaker home race, even though it's 700 miles from where he lives.
You guys on the TV crew, it's Philly's his home race, Pittsburgh's his home race. Oh, yeah. Why not make it Daytona? Why not?
New Jersey too.
Yeah, Jersey too. Yep. Good job, Seth Hammaker. Rode really well. Kept it on two wheels and really wasn't really challenged. Cole Davies came up from fourth or fifth, right, to second. Davies was really good in qualifying, man. He has some serious speed, the kid. But he's a little loose. Yeah, he wasn't fastest, was he?
No.
Yeah.
Was he fastest last week?
No.
No.
Was. Yeah.
No.
Okay, man.
I didn't really expect him to be the fastest at Daytona, though.
Yeah. I watched the sand. I'm watching this kid launch the sand. I'm like, look at that. That's awesome. He's awesome. He's fast.
Yeah, but like, I thought if he could get on the podium at Daytona, like that would be good. Just get podium points, move on, because like his skill set at a race like Indy next weekend is going to be problematic for everybody else.
Yeah, I thought you were
the
really
Indy
good.
whoops last year, I feel those were really officially stamped when he was. When he was blitzing those whoops, I think everybody's like, "Oh my god, wait, this is for real." I just think everybody's got to chill just a little. Like it's only his second year, and these other guys are good. And yes, in spurts, he does amazing things. You know, you'll see him do 3 or 4 amazing things per weekend where you're like, I don't think anybody else can do that. But I think the sport has become refined enough where guys can still find other ways to win. I mean, he gained like 2 seconds on Hammaker in the last 10 minutes of the race.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's just like, yeah, but the whoops, man. He is amazing at whoops. He does have skill and talent that probably the other guys don't have. But I think we're almost putting too much pressure on him to be as unbelievable as he's probably going to be this soon.
Yeah, he's going to win races. He's going to.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned at all.
No. I think it's the other way around. I think it's like people feel like he should be going like 11-0. And I'm like,
I think he's probably leading the charge on that. He's the one that's the most frustrated.
Yeah. And I'm just like, these other guys are good, man. These other guys are good. Like 2-3 years from now, he'll probably be like Deegs is now, where it's just a joke. Like it's pretty much like, yep, he's going to win every race. We know it.
Even Jet didn't smash everybody in Savatgy class. It's not how it went.
No, I'm saying like it took Deegs to what, the 3rd or 4th year to get to the point where it was practically automatic.
Right.
I feel like people are already expecting Davies to be that good now. And he has the potential. And there's certain times during the race, a lap, a section where you're like, there it is. But if I'm honestly, Joe, I mean, I think Joe was going to get second, wasn't he?
I don't know. Joe was looking pretty tired.
He was catching him, but I don't
Joe
think
was looking
Joe
pretty
held him
tired.
off.
I don't know. I didn't think he was going to, but who knows? It's all speculation.
Yeah. He came from 5th to 2nd on a track that, like you guys said, isn't his best. So, he rode really good.
He did ride good. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just
Pierce
think
was 10 seconds back.
Chill a little bit.
Pierce was 10 seconds back. 3rd place still for Pierce, still held on the red plate.
I thought it was
which is good.
Pierce to show some continuity. Like, you don't want to come out, crush it, and then get like 7th. That would be like, oh, okay. We see what's happening here. I thought it was really important for him to kind of back it up with something.
Joe crashed in the sand. I thought he looked a little tired before he did that. But I think if you're Joe and you'll take a 2-4 to start your season 100%, because as again coming off that neck injury. Dax Bennick 5th, Cody Schock 6th. Good rides from those guys. Bennick's heat race was not good. Bennick got really dropped in the heat race, which was surprising. Yes, he was right up there, and just they pulled away. So I think for 5th for Bennick after a heat like that, whatever they did to the bike or whatever he did mentally is a strong comeback. Cody Schock, I didn't notice much, but 6th place for him. Thrasher went backwards, and we're not panic button with Thrasher because obviously he fell in the first turn last week, but 11-7 or 10-7 because that's right. He had never gotten a top 10 before.
No, that was not true. He had an 8th last year.
He actually had.
No, I know. That's why I'm joking. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That was a joke. So Thrasher was not good. Yes,
no,
not good. Went backwards. Yes,
Ricky was really high on Thrasher's chances of kind of breakthrough in 26, and he's got to be really rethinking. Not Ricky, Nate's got to be rethinking this thing because 11-7's not what he's looking for.
Cullen Park 8th. Cullen was a little critical of the track too afterwards in the post race stuff. Yeah, he just said like there was nothing you could do. He goes, look, he said Davies came from the back, and he wasn't saying like it was wasn't saying like it was impossible to pass, but for him and a guy on his level, he's like, it was really hard to pass. You had to wait for an opening. Everyone was doing the same thing, which again, JT, you and I covered up the top a little bit. It wasn't a typical Daytona that really separated guys a lot. So Cullen was okay with his 8th. He feels like his riding is better than that. Boy, when you want a post-race Pulpcast, man, Cullen Park is your man. He will save you every time. It's phenomenal.
You know what I find funny about the track doesn't offer separation? I mean, that is true, and more so in the 250s, because I think when it gets to its absolute roughest, which would be in the 450 race, maybe there's a little more. But it's so funny that Tomac said in multiple venues he loves Daytona because it offers so much chance to make up time and pass people. And I'm like, yes, but only to you.
Right.
You
think how many years kind of before the recent redesign where it was literally follow the leader inside outside just sweeping, except for Tomac, except for Eli Tomac.
Right. If you're Eli Tomac and you can go 5 miles an hour faster through a berm than anyone else on earth, you can pass anywhere. Daytona's awesome.
Simonson 8th. Swole was 8th, but it got docked 2 spots for grooming in front of the gate for the main event. I guess when he took off for his parade lap, they felt like he was grooming it.
Did you see the ruts on the other side of the starting gate?
No.
Oh, dear God. It's the worst holes I've ever seen, truly.
Just because of the rain? Just the rain?
They didn't fix it after qualifying. So it started the heat races with these giant ruts and holes. I don't know why they didn't fix it. I'm telling you, in all my years of racing, I've never seen the other side of a starting gate look that bad.
Wow.
Ever.
So was there anybody picking weird gates because of that?
Yeah. That's where you heard, I don't know, you could hear it, but like Pierce Brown said he gambled on the start. I think that's what he meant. Like he probably chose a gate that was not in a good position. But the rut was better. Like he probably went way inside, way outside, just thinking like, because I'm telling you, man, we showed it on the post-race show. I tried to do the best job I could of showing it. It was, I couldn't believe it. Like I wanted to go talk about the real track, but I'm like, this is something. Like I've never seen it like this in my life. It was crazy.
Dudney 11th.
Did Dudney line up all the way on the outside? Maybe that was why.
I'm sure it was. I mean, like the gate next to the box, I'm not kidding, was a foot deep hole. Not kidding. It was incredible.
I felt like in the McGrath days, like the daytime race, the grass in front of the gate was so gnarly too, like worse because it was like almost down to the sand. It didn't have that base at all. But that was over on the left hand side. If you're on the grandstand side, remember JT? That was where staging used to be and all that. Before we get too far down the list, Drew Adams, man, qualified quickest, running podium speed. Looks like he might have broke his thumb. Mitch Payton wasn't sure after the race, but thought it was a broken thumb. Drew was really opening some eyes. Like you look at that heat race, you look at qualifying, everything, man. Drew Adams was on it. Like, would he have ended on the box? I don't know because Davies was coming and Joe was there, but it was something. Like we can work with speed type deal. Good job, Drew Adams until the fall. Yeah,
Davies passed him. Davies got to third before he crashed. But I feel like if you're Drew Adams, if the thumb is bad and he's out for 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, that's not good.
Yeah,
but he just needed to show something. He definitely did. I mean, he looked. It wasn't just a lap time. Like he looked awesome.
Yeah,
and then in the heat and the main, I mean, he went by Brown and Thrasher, no problem. The very first rhythm, just like not quite like you were saying, JT, like get out of my way level, but he was going faster than them. I just feel like he needed to remind everybody and maybe himself that he's supposed to be a high-end talent.
Yeah. He showed it. Here too. It matters.
Ooh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, bummer for him because it does sound like it's going to be an injury. Yeah. We got Valentin Guillaume in the main event. Our guy Guillaume. Yeah, good job.
Love Guillaume.
Yeah,
love Guillaume.
I didn't talk to him after the race, but I was stoked that he was horrific last week. Horrific. So good job for getting the main. Isaiah Clark made the main too. Rode pretty well. Got a 12th. I don't know who Landon Hartz is. I don't know anything about Landon Hartz, but good job.
From Alabama.
Yeah.
Next graduate.
He's a rookie. Yeah. JT had it on the show. He's basically a rookie, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if Hartz.
That was the second race.
I wonder if Hartz rents from Hertz. Okay.
That's great. He's also related to Carey Hart.
That didn't really land. Evan Ferry finishes a main event.
Yes.
Crashed in the first turn. He said his front end was all bent up, but he was finishing the damn race no matter what. And Gavin Towers was right ahead of him. I had him in fantasy, Gavin Towers, so I was watching that. But Evan Ferry finishes a main event. Yes, it's 21st, but we finished.
Take it.
We're building blocks.
Yep.
We're building blocks.
Baby steps.
Hey, good heat race though. We got 7th in the heat. That's good. Like rode right into it. So I interviewed him after the race. So it's finally happened. I'd never interviewed him after the race. Yeah, this was the first time because he finished the main. So
last year in the sport for you.
Yep. There's the cue.
It's coming, I think. If Frank doesn't get these sweets, this Rolex stuff fixed, it might be the last time for me at Daytona.
Oh, gauntlet been thrown down. Hey, can we also shout out John Short making the first 2 mains of the year in 250 East? The unstoppable John Short just never ends.
No, you're right, John. Yeah, I saw the list of starts and he was up there. John Short up for the list of starts. So, yeah, good job. What else? I talked to Ollie Stone a little bit for the MX6 Cowie team, and it's well funded. Big plans for those guys. They're talking about buying Barsha's compound in Florida. They're going to move the team there. So big plans for the MX6 guys, Cowie guys.
Wow.
And then they got a Kropovich exhausts, and I'm like to Ollie. Ollie worked the Pro Circuit forever, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why didn't you just get Pro Circuit? Like, Mitch would give you exhausts. He said, yeah, the owner wanted a Kropovich, so we just bought him. Okay.
Bought him.
Yeah, just bought him. Just like, yeah, we want it. The owner liked the Kropovich, so we bought him.
Okay.
All right, that's Daytona. Good job, Eli Tomac and Seth Hammaker. Bad job, trophy guy. Bad job, trophy maker.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's one of the all-time moments, man. Like, my wife has not watched anything in Supercross in probably like 3 years. She comes downstairs. She's like, is the race almost over? I'm like, yeah, they're just doing podiums now. And she's like, Tomac and Roxon. She's like, if you had fallen into a coma for a couple of years, you would have woke up and be like, oh, was I only in a coma for a week? And I'm like, no, same guys. Yeah. Besides the Lawrence brothers, it's the same guys. And then 30 seconds later, Tomac knocks his tooth out. And it was hysterical. And I was like, that's all you needed to see. That's all. Yeah. You saw the highlights of the evening right there.
My wife hasn't cared about Supercross for years, since Adam, RIP AC. And she's just randomly in a group text says, Tomac trophy hit him in the face? Question mark, bunch of question marks. Like, I don't know what she saw or what, like, so then I put the clip on it, and she was just like, oh. So yeah, my wife came out of nowhere off the top rope with very interested in this trophy hitting Eli in the face. So.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the trophy, that was more exciting than any highlight on a motorcycle. That trophy thing was way more exciting to my wife for sure.
Can we get on Sports Center or something with that? Like, is there something? Like, we got to get something.
Honestly, I would not be surprised. NFL's done. There's fewer highlights to show. MLB hasn't even really started yet. I would not be shocked if it's on the top 10 tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I agree.
That's big.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Poor Eli.
JT, do you want to elaborate on your security guard problem after I tweeted that the security is better?
I'm going to leave and go to dinner, though. I'm going to do that.
It was that bad?
No, it wasn't. I made one comment.
Oh, okay. Brunt Work Wear on board also. Pulpmxshow is the code to save with Brunt Work Wear. They got Marin boots. They got Omen boots. None of us three on this show work in the ditches in East Texas. We don't need Brunt Work boots. But if you are a working man, a lineman, plumber, if you're a mechanic, a lot of mechanics wear these as well. Mm-hmm. Brunt Work Wear, Pulpmxshow is the code to save. They got clothing as well. Heavy-duty flannel, heavy-duty jackets and shirts and all that Brunt Work Wear. Maxxis, Renthal, motorsport.com, and of course, Fly Racing, at Fly Racing USA on their socials. Check out their kinetic mesh that dropped. Code Pulpmx to save with that. Anything else, boys, for Daytona?
FlyRacing.global would be the social. Yep.
Okay. Weege, anything else?
I don't have any handles.
Are you back for Indy? Are you back for Indy?
Yes, I will be in the lurch roll. So enjoy that.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I'll be in the Weege Wedge. Yep.
All right. Well, it's nice to have you back at the races.
A lot less stuff to do. Nothing in the stands as far as I know anymore. I don't even scream, this is Monster Energy Supercross or anything like that. I don't know what's going on. I feel like AI is moving in or something. There's a lot less. I went
to Mesquite last week, and your arch enemy was there at Mesquite. The other guy, Chase.
Oh, Chase Cook.
Yeah, the live announcer guy. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he did it in Arlington. I think he's going to work Denver. No, not arch enemy. We're good.
Nope, arch enemy.
Okay.
He's gunning for your job. You're gunning for his job. It's great to see.
Actually, Chase Cook, big fan of this show. He's probably listening to us talk about him right now.
Okay, well, I saw him at Mesquite. Arch enemy. Okay, everybody. Good job, Eli Tomac. 8 Daytona wins. 8 more than Tim Ferry, but good job, Evan Ferry. And good job, Scott Meshy, for recognizing the heroes and legends of the past. I'm Steve Matthes. That's Jason Thomas. That's Jason Wygant. Thanks, boys.
See ya.